Well, yes, yes.
Nice to meet you, Carlos.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you for being here with us. We can say that L'Oréal is a cosmetic company, but it's also a technology beauty company. How does technology rely on sustainability?
So technology is of great help for sustainability for L'Oréal. Let me give you some example about that. Probably my favorite example is a technology, very recent technology, and we have partnered with a startup for this technology. The startup is called Gyoza. And with Gyoza, we have invented and launched on the market very recently a shower head that enables us to cut by 69% the consumption of water when you wash your hair in a hair salon, etc. So it's very powerful. Let's just give you a figure about the impact of that innovation launched on the market recently. Only in Portugal, we save more than 2 million liters of water, and we have launched that two months ago. So it's huge. 69% of savings of water is huge. Every time you rinse your hair with your shampoo and so on. So that's wonderful. That technology helps. A second example is in our value chain, we have a lot of innovation, sustainable innovation concerning our ingredients. That's why we invest a lot in that moment into biotech companies. Recently, we have invested in Geno. It's a company, a startup based in San Diego in the US. And we invested in that because with this company, they will develop with us natural plant-based ingredients with green science inside, because the ambition and the target of L'Oréal in terms of ingredients is to have 95%, not to say 100%, by 2030, with only natural ingredients in our cosmetic products. That means without any fossil ingredients. So imagine for our engineers, for the young people and talents that join L'Oréal today, it's a very motivated challenge. It's amazing. But innovation also, it's about manufacturing, because we are very close to that in Spain. We have wonderful factories that is, of course, carbon neutral for many years, based in Burgos. And the technology here is the water loop technology. So we have developed a technology where we invest millions of euros in that, because now we are fully autonomous in the using of the water for our manufacturing process. So and we have invested also in biomass factory in the same factory to have 100% renewable energy to be resilient, as Mr. Royston said.
We know that innovation and sustainability create synergies, as we see. But can you give us more examples of what are you doing in Europe or across the world? Because there are different perspectives and regulations that you can do more in Europe than in other places in the world, like Asia, or it's all the same?
No, it's not all the same. To be honest, in terms of sustainable innovation, Europe is a place lead the way in a way, because the regulation are pushing let me give you the example of packaging, for example. We have a lot more and more very interesting packaging regulation that push in the right way to reduce plastic waste, to promote reusable packaging, for example. And at L'Oréal, we are very committed in that because we develop a lot of innovation concerning packaging. Now we have partnering for many years with a startup called Carbios to use a technology. It's called enzymatic technology. This is a green technology to recycle our PET plastic infinitely without waste. So that's very interesting, because the regulation of the EU in this moment, especially in packaging, will help us because to invest more, to do more, and sometimes and many times we do it with our competitors. So we have coalition. We are not alone in this sustainable journey on sustainability. We partner. The last example is the consortium we have created with 60 of our competitors in the cosmetic sector, which is we will work in that moment on an Eco Beauty Score. This is a product impact labeling, but it will be shared by all the competitors, the same standards, which is, by the way, the good solution, because we have too many labels and too many standards in sustainability today.
Another question that I would like to do is, we're talking about ESG, we have the S issue also. How is L'Oréal inclusion and diversity policy? What are you doing in this area?
This is the beauty of the thing, because for the vision of beauty of L'Oréal is clearly sustainable beauty, responsible beauty, but also diverse and inclusive beauty. And let me give you an example of that, because recently, you know, perhaps the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas, very, very famous one. And we have, L'Oréal is invested a lot of money and of energy in beauty tech. And we have launched in Las Vegas recently, we presented a few months ago, an inclusive beauty tech device called Apta. What is it? It is for the millions of people who have some arms and hands mobility problems, and that can't use cosmetic products because they have reduced mobility. So we have designed an inclusive beauty tech device to apply to use makeup thanks to electronic devices. So this is the innovation. Clearly, in this case, it's just for fun, for the fun of science. It's just to boost inclusiveness in our innovation.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for your time. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you.